Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, I guess good afternoon for you.
Yes.
Oh, right.
We've been at the beach all morning. It's been absolutely gorgeous.
Good morning, Jenny. It's very early for you.
It is. Can you tell I just rolled out of bed?
Hi, Haley.
Hello. Hi, Kel.
How are you?
I'm so well, thank you. How are you? So nice to see you.
So good to see you too. So, ladies, Haley joined us last night. If you ladies turn the volume up on your computers or your devices, we'll make sure to mute ourselves.
Good morning, ladies. I'm just going to go around and unmute you if you're not already. And come on to your mat. Come to a seated position. And just get nice and comfortable. So if you find that sitting up for any period of time is kind of painful, we're not going to be here for very long, but you can also lay down. Just start by focusing on your breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths in. Nice, long, slow breaths out. Feel free to close your eyes and roll your shoulders down your spine. As you continue to breathe deeply at your own pace, start to connect to all of the parts of your body that are in contact with the ground. Feel the ankle bones, the outside of your feet, your sits bones. Often what is said spiritually when you're feeling very flighty or anxious is that you're ungrounded. So let's take a few moments to ground this morning. Imagine that you have roots coming from your body, whether your sits bones, the bottom of your feet, and feel them break through the ground below you, your mat, the foundation of the building that you are in right now. Feel them breaking through the crust of the earth, the bedrock, and starting to make their way through the ground, down towards the center of the earth. And remember your breath. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths in. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths out. And feel the roots continue to grow all the way down through the earth until they reach the center of the earth. And imagine that to look like whatever you want it to look like. I know someone who loves to imagine a big, massive rose quartz. I know some people that like to imagine flowing hot magma. I personally like the scene from Aquaman. And just imagine as your roots break through to the center of the earth, you start to feel the energy of the center of the earth coming back up the roots. Filling you with whatever it feels like you need today. Love, strength, healing. We have this very beautiful relationship with the earth called reciprocity. I think easiest understood when we think about the trees. The trees breathe out oxygen. We breathe in oxygen. We breathe out carbon dioxide. The trees breathe in carbon dioxide. So we share, there is no waste. Now imagine this same concept applied to bringing in healing and then releasing negativity. So whatever that is, if anxiety is something that you work with, if you're unhappy, if you just have thoughts that you don't need anymore, release that to the earth and continue with this reciprocity of bringing in what you need and letting go what you don't. Recognize that just like the healing feeds us, what you no longer need feeds the earth, the planet. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. There are going to be moments when you will feel like you are drowning in thoughts and tears and bad memories. And there are going to be times when you will wish for the sun to never face another day because you can't deal with another tomorrow. You are going to have your heart shattered into pieces and feel like you will never be whole again. And you're going to survive. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person that walked in. That is what the storm is all about. So help yourself to enlighten what's dark in you, strengthen what's weak in you, mend what's broken in you, bind what's bruised in you, heal what's sick in you, and lastly, revive whatever peace and love has died in you. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls our lives. Be aware of your breath. Coming in through your nose and down the back of your throat and into your lungs. And feel the opposite, out of the lungs, up the back of your throat and out through your nose or your mouth. And then bring your right hand up in front of your mouth. And pretend like your hand is a mirror or a window that you're going to fog up, and then open your mouth and exhale, fog up your mirror. And just notice as you continue to do this, the constriction in the back of your throat. Keep that constriction in the back of your throat and then close your mouth. Keep that constriction on your inhale and your exhale. Feel free to release your right hand back down. This is known as Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is also known as ocean breath. So it can be used in times of calming, and it's also very often used in practices like vinyasa because it's very energizing. You're drawing in more oxygen, you're inflating the alveoli in your lung. And the quality of your breath really determines the quality of your practice. So I encourage you, and I will remind you over and over again, to keep your Ujjayi breath with you as you practice throughout this morning. So for just another few moments, listen to the ocean within your own body. Listen to your breath. And feel free to keep your eyes closed or open them. And on your next inhale, bring both of your arms up over your head, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, bring your left hand to the mat beside you. Lean over, reach to the side of the room. And breathe. Keep both of your knees reaching for the mat. And try to bend a little deeper and try to reach a little further and turn with your chest. Look up at the ceiling. Feel the stretch of the side of your body from your hip all the way to the tips of your fingers. Keep connected with your Ujjayi breath. Calming your mind, energizing your body. One more breath here. Inhale through center. And exhale to the other side. And continue to breathe at your own pace. Try to bend a little deeper. Try to reach a little further. Turn to look at the ceiling. Feel the stretch on this side of your body. Inhale, bring both of your arms up over your head, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands down to the center of your chest. Bring the soles of your feet together in front of you and pull your heels in towards your groin. If your knees come up really high, then just bring the heels away from the body. And take a couple breaths, sitting up nice and tall. Feel the stretch in the groins, the hips maybe. And then take a hold of your feet or your big toes. And inhale, lengthen your spine through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold at your hips. Bring your chest closer to your feet, closer to the floor. Allow your head to hang, your shoulders to round. Coming forward into a seated forward fold. Keep your Ujjayi breath. Just notice where you feel this. They say that a forward fold is a sign of surrender. So as you are in your seated forward fold, surrender to me your to-do list, just for the next little while. Surrender your mind to your practice. And surrender yourself to experiencing your body. Plant your palms on the mat in front of you and slowly bring yourself back up to sitting. Take your ankles out to the side and back behind you. Bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Come up onto all fours. Plant your palms below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. Put the weight into the tops of your feet, and on your inhale, bring your belly towards the mat. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, push into your hands, arch your back, point the top of your head at your mat. Continue to flow with your breath, inhaling through cow, exhaling through cat. Really warming up, lubricating your spine. One more round. And on your next breath, let's meet in tabletop. Step your right foot back. Come onto the toes. And then push through the heel, stretching out the calf. Take a couple breaths here. Try to push that heel back as far as you can. And stay right here. Put a little bit more weight into the hands and then lift the left knee up off the ground. Breathe. Release the left knee back down to the mat. Bring the right knee down to the mat. Step the left leg back behind you. Come onto the toes and the ball of the foot, and then push through the back heel, stretching out the left calf. And breathe. Double check where you are putting the weight into your hands. So we spend a lot of time putting weight into our hands, and what we tend to do is dump into the wrists. And then the wrists get sore really easily. So be mindful of your hands and put the weight into the place where your fingers meet your palms. So put the weight into your knuckles, offloading the weight from the heels of your hands. And then from here, put the weight into the hands and the back foot and lift the right leg up off the mat. Pull the belly button in towards the spine, breathe. Then release the right knee down to the mat, bring the left knee up to meet the right knee. Tuck your toes under. Keep the fingers spread wide. Keep putting the weight into the knuckles. And lift up, hover your knees just above the mat. Coming into bear hold. Breathe. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. See how low can you get your knees without touching the ground? Breathe deep. One more breath. Release your knees down to the mat. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Keep the toes tucked under. Lift the hips up. Come into downward facing dog. Alternate the bend in the knees or walk out your dog. Just warming up the backs of your legs. Bring your shoulder blades down your spine. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Strengthen your legs. Lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Bend your knees, lift to the top of the mat, and then walk your feet up to meet your hands. Making your way into a forward fold. Allow your head to hang, your shoulders to round. So several options here while we hold forward fold. You can keep your hands on the mat. You can take a hold of opposite elbows. Or you can flip the palms up and then step on them. Put them under your feet, your toes touching your wrists. And then put the weight into the ball of your feet. Kind of like you're stepping on your hands. Really let go of any muscles you're holding on to here. Allow the head to hang completely. Breathe into the backs of the legs. And then if you're stepping on your hands, slowly release them. And start to roll up, just like a rag doll. Allow your arms and your head to hang. Take your time. When you get to your shoulders, roll your shoulders down your spine. Your head comes up last. Just come into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Let's just take a couple minutes to set up here. So bring your feet hip distance apart. And there's a super easy calculation. You just bring your two fists together and then put them in between your feet. That's hip distance apart. And then lift up all 10 of your toes and spread them wide. Notice when you lift your toes, you engage the arches, you engage the shins, the calves. Engage your thighs and squeeze your bum. Pull your belly button in towards your spine, roll your shoulder blades down your spine, bring your palms to face forward. Spread the fingers wide and feel the engagement all the way up your arms, your forearms, your biceps, your triceps, your shoulder blades. Make sure your chin is parallel to the mat and feel strong like a mountain. Like I said yesterday, if I come over to you and try to push you over, are you strong? Reconnecting to the strength of yesterday, feel your strength today. This is the basis, the foundation for all of your standing poses. We can get into this place where we're just moving and not being mindful, not being engaged. Keep with your Ujjayi breath, keep with your strength. And inhale, bring your arms up over your head, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, fold at your hips, bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Inhale, look up halfway, plant your palms on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant your palms and step back to the top of a push-up. And hold. And breathe. Spread your fingers wide. Again, put the weight into the hands where the fingers meet the palms. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Pull your heels up over the balls of your feet. Breathe. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, slowly lower your body down to the mat in one line. When you get to the ground, untuck your toes, roll your shoulders down your spine. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Let's start to flow with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Keep your toes untucked and strengthen your legs. Keep your elbows reaching to the bottom of the mat. An option to lift the hands up off the mat as you come up for an added challenge. Keep the legs strong. One more round. Exhale down. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, push up, downward facing dog. Take some nice deep breaths here. So today I felt the pose that we could work on is downward facing dog. What happens when many people come into downward facing dog is they often step their feet forward. And that's quite regularly done so that the heels can touch the ground. But what this does is pulls you out of alignment, out of proper alignment. And I use air quotes when I say that. So I want to support you in finding proper alignment here. So from downward facing dog, float yourself forward into plank. Come all the way forward till your shoulders are over your wrists. If you need to readjust, feel free to readjust. Bring the heels up over the balls of your feet. Now notice where your hands and your feet are. Keep them right there. Don't move them. Push back up, downward facing dog. Float forward, come to plank. Push back up, downward facing dog. And just stay here and breathe. If the wrist gets sore, you can always make fists. Again, this might feel quite uncomfortable for you, especially in the beginning, because you're not used to it. We're used to taking that step forward or pushing the hands back towards the feet. But the more that you do this, the more you'll get used to it, the stronger you'll get. And your vinyasa actually flows smoother because you're in alignment with plank, down dog, up dog. So take one more breath right where you are. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Hop, step, or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms out and up. Stand up, reach up, look up. Exhale your hands down to the center of your chest. We'll try that again, only faster. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plank. Check your alignment. Exhale, lower all the way down or come halfway to Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Take a moment here, float forward into plank, check your alignment. Push back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or walk your feet up to your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale your hands down to the center of your chest. Take a breath here. We're going to move into something called Dancing Warrior. And we'll move slow and then we'll speed it up and mix it in with vinyasa here. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head or reach for the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, bring your right leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Bring your back heel to the mat, your foot at a 90-degree angle. So just double check that your front heel is in line with your back arch. Bend your front knee until it's over your ankle and your shin is vertical. Engage both the legs. Lift the toes on the front foot and push into the outer edge of the back foot. Feel your legs strong, and from this lower body strength, lift your upper body up. Come all the way up, turn to the left. So if you remember yesterday with Warrior One, our headlights were facing forward. Now our headlights are open. Feel your hips open. Bend into that front knee. Bring it all the way over your ankle. Breathe. Bring your hands to opposite elbows, kind of like you're giving yourself a hug. And then just like you're lifting off a sweatshirt, bring the arms up and then open them up and out to the sides. Nice gentle way for the shoulders to come into Warrior Two. Palms can face up with a bend in the elbows, or you can really strengthen the arms and reach through. Keep the front knee bent over the ankle. Come a little further. Come a little further. Remember your Ujjayi breath. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Turn your head to look over your right arm. You have Tadasana 2 or Warrior 2. Find your strength in this posture. Bend that front knee even more. And then straighten out the leg. Keep the arms right where they are. And then lean forward as much as you can out past that right foot. When you can't lean anymore, then fold at your hips and bring your right hand down towards the ground. So many people like to rest the hand on the shin, and I encourage against it. If you have a block, it's a great time to incorporate a block. And if you don't, that's a-okay. Just use the strength of your upper body to hold yourself up. Arms stretch in opposite directions. One reaching to the ground, one reaching up towards the ceiling. Triangle or Trikonasana pose. Breathe. Strengthen the legs. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Engage the core. Slowly come back up. And then bend into the front knee again. Bend the front arm. Bring the front elbow onto the front knee. Nice. Start with your chest, turn to look up at the ceiling, and then bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. So you can stay up like this, or you can bring it so that it is parallel to your ear. Side angle pose. Keep the legs strong. Don't dump all of the weight into the elbow there. Many options here.